This is the video for the viola part of the Surrey with the Fringe on top by Rodgers and Hammerstein. I'm going to be just explaining a little bit before I perform it. So if you look at the very beginning, it says freely. Then if you look at the very last four measures, it also says freely. So I'm not going to do these parts with the metronome, because on those parts you'll be looking at the first violinist to know when to play each note, and he or she will be leading with their instrument each note and cutting off the fermatas. So you have to watch really carefully for that. So I'm going to demonstrate before I perform it for you. So if we start at the very beginning, it would be something like this. So I'm going to lead as if I were the first violinist, but play the viola part. So it might look like this. Then I cut off. So what you have to do is look at the first violinist bow and make sure that you start and stop exactly when that bow is on the string or off the string. It's really hard to do, so make sure that your stand is low enough that you can see everyone in the group, that you have a pencil. Absolutely bring a pencil so that you can mark things in your part when you get confused, or then when you have to watch other members of the quartet. Also, make sure that you sit at the edge of your chair and that you sit up tall, your feet are flat on the floor, so that if you were to stand up, your feet would be in play position for when you're doing a solo. Make sure not to cross your legs or slouch or anything like that. Especially, violas get a bad rap, so we want to make sure that we give a good reputation for the violas. So, let's see. Oh, the very last part of the quartet is also similar to that. So the last four measures will be led by almost every note by the first violinist as well. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to try to perform it, play the first two measures without the metronome. Then I'm going to stop and put the metronome on. We won't do that in performance, but just for this learning video, I'm going to do that. Okay, here we go. Actually, pardon me, I went into a violin mode there for a second. Erase that. Okay, let's start again. Starts on the A string with your first finger. Holy cow. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the metronome. And then this is the part where you actually look at the cello and the first violin, but mostly the cello, because he's going to come in and lead you in with a sniff, like this. And when he does the down movement of his head is when you come in. And he or she will be pizzicatoing, and you are the moving line next to him. He has the pizzicatos on the quarter notes, and you have to move every two quarter notes that he pizzicatos. So you have to pay attention to make sure to move exactly right. So let's get ready with our second finger on the G string. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. so we're going to stop the metronome because there will be a little bit of a retard, and the last 4 measures will be led by the first violinist. So I'm going to start at measure 51. Here we go. Okay, and the very last note, make sure your bow is straight, and then you actually look around at the group, and you watch the first violinist for leading, and go move with them when they lead each note, and for the cutoff. So make sure you save your bow and you do a slow bow speed so that you can hold it as long as everyone else in the group, and then they'll cut it off. All right, good luck.